to the Traveling Introvert. Today I would like to talk about Inbox Zero. And it is not a myth. It is also not for everybody, but the reason I want to talk about it today is because I gave it a try and I've managed to more or less keep it for over a month. I wouldn't say I'm a convert, but it's definitely helped with my workflow and my processes and stopped me feeling overwhelmed by my inbox. And so I'll walk you through what I did. So the first thing I did was I had about, I think it's 3,000 emails in my mailbox to start with. And the first thing I did was I archived everything. I mean, except everything from the past week. I archived everything else. And I archived it because you can find it again. Yes, I could have gone through and checked what I needed to delete, but that wasn't like the best thing to do. I went and I checked for emails that I hadn't opened or that I could filter. So there's certain emails that come from certain organizations that I do want to read them, or they have it set up in a certain way that I get all the emails, whereas I just want one or two of them or keywords. And so I set up filters for those. And then the next thing I did after archiving everything is went through the last week and I had a plan. If it was something that I could deal with straight away, I would email back. If it was something that was like, hey, check this article out so you can read it, I would click it, open it up, and then save it to Instapaper. The Instapaper is a sort of read it later app that's across platforms and where when you then have time, you can go in and read it later because you don't actually have to be reading it when you open your email. It's not urgent normally. So anything that I could get away with messaging back straight away, I would. Anything that requires an article or something that I wanted to read, I'd open it up, save it in Instapaper to read later. There are things that I was waiting on somebody's response or I knew that I had to wait for a certain date. So I would use the snooze function in Gmail. And so that's awesome because I'd go in and be like, snooze it, even if it was just for 2 hours because my day hadn't started yet or it was going to be something that I'd have to have a meeting first and then knew I was going to respond to. And that was wonderful. Anything else would be archived. And so I hit Inbox Zero and it was the first of the month and I was like, yay! And I sent an email to my accountability buddy. I was like, look, Inbox Zero, because she's a big fan of it. And I wanted to see if this method of doing things would work. And it did to a certain extent. I wasn't at Inbox Zero all the time because obviously you get a bunch of emails. I'd wake up in the morning and be like, 68 emails. Wonderful. But during the first week after hitting Mailbox Zero, what I would do is look at the email and be like, do I need to receive this email? Is this on a mailing list? Is this something that I need every day? Is it useful information? And then I tried to be sort of harsh about it. If I didn't need it, I would unsubscribe. And so that cut down on my emails even more. And then I know I'd set up a bunch of like Google alerts. So I went into my Google alerts and was like, do I need all of these alerts? Can I refine them? Can I change how often they turn up? That sort of a thing. And so it was really refreshing to see how much my inbox sort of dropped, like how much was coming in, but also how I was dealing with what was coming in. And it was very rare that I got an email that I was like, I don't know what I need to do with it. Do I need to do this or that or the other? There were definitely ones where I didn't need to make a response straight away. So I would wait until, I was cleaning through my mailbox or there was something that I wanted to do. The other thing, this was great that I didn't realize was an option is if you go into your settings and you have options of like how you filter through your mailbox and how you work through it. And so what I got told was that there is a sort of an auto advance where instead of when you click and you delete or you archive something that it takes you back to your inbox, it should set it so it takes you to the next oldest conversation, which is wonderful because then you just work through it. You'll open one email and then it's like archive, snooze, Instapaper, archive, answer, that sort of thing. And you should go through and you knock it out. And it's a wonderful thing. And it's a very easy, what seems like a simple thing. And I didn't realize how much of a difference it would make. So that is how I got to and stayed at Inbox Zero. Thank you for listening. This is Janice at thecareerintrovert.com. Please feel free to email me any questions at janice@thecareerintrovert.com, helping introverts launch their podcast with minimum overwhelm.